Hello there everybody and welcome to another one of these tier list things, this time for the many wonderful waifus of Higurashi when they cry. Higurashi no Naku Koloni if you want to get Japanese about this. So normally I have like a little bit of a plan going into these, like I think about it ahead of time, like okay, who's going to go in what tier? Nah, not this time, I'm just jumping straight into it because I saw the most recent episode and I was like, you know what, should probably make a video, I haven't done that in a while. That being said, this whole video will be spoilers up to Higurashi Sotsu episode 10, because that was the last one, or the latest one at time of recording. And obviously, yeah, there are certain characters that are kind of impossible to talk about without talking about the Go Sotsu spoilers. It's canon, alright, no matter how much you don't like it. But yeah, I guess we'll just jump right into this. The characters are in alphabetical order, so... yeah, and if I missed anyone, I'm very sorry, but I got everyone who I thought was important. I didn't get like Keiichi's mum or like Mion's mum because I didn't think they were important enough. This is also based only on the anime. It's not based on any of the... I know there's like some games that have like exclusive characters, and there's like a gacha game. None of that here, just the anime characters. And I think that's all the groundwork out of the way. So let's get into this, all right? So we'll start off with Chi-sensei, I think her name's Chi or Chie-sensei, the blue-haired one. Now, I don't really remember much about her other than she likes curry, and I'm not the biggest fan of curry personally. It's it's whatever. But she's alright. I'm looking at everybody else in this list, right, and I'm trying to like basics. It's all relative, right? I'm trying to think where I should put her. I think I'm gonna put her in B. I think there was like a part in like a side story or something where she like has her hands trapped on no, that was a doujin. Never mind, we'll pretend that didn't happen. Edit that out. I'm not going to edit that out, but whatever, okay? Moving swiftly along. I don't have much to say on Chi-sensei. She's just kind of there. She doesn't really do anything that's super important. Maybe she does some more important stuff in some of the like extra arcs that aren't animated. I don't know, I've not watched them, so, or, read them. I don't speak Japanese, and as far as I'm aware, they've never been translated. Watch people be like, actually, they have been translated, you stupid fool. And I'll be like, yes indeedy. Alright, moving right on. We've got Aoa from Go Sots. Now, what the hell do I say about Aoa, right? She's pretty evil, she's pretty bad. I'm not a fan, personally. I'm looking to see if there's anyone worse. I think she's gotta be bottom tier, right, Aoa? Like, she's not waifu. She's too incomprehensible to us mere mortals. Is she a witch? Is she whatever? That's another thing. My Umineko knowledge is fractured at best, and pretty goddamn awful at worst. But, that's one thing I don't really like about the new season is if you get Umineko, if you've seen or read Umineko, things make a little bit more sense. But like if you just Higurashi only, you go like, what the hell's going on? I kind of get it. I watched the Umineko anime, so I have an extremely basic knowledge of what's going on in Umineko, and I mean extremely basic because everyone says the anime's trash, and hey, I can kind of see why. Even having not read the visual novel, I kind of get why people say it's bad, the anime. But it was I think I gave it like a 5. But it should be better, I think is what the problem is. Anyway, Aoa herself got a bit sidetracked there. Whatever. Yeah, Aoa's real like manipulative, and she's obviously like using Satoko for something. Maybe she wanted the witch Satoko to be born, which may or may not be Lambda Delta. I'm not gonna open that can of worms. That's a whole nother separate video. I think it is Lambda Delta. I think people need to, unless it's like the biggest like, mislead ever. Like, I think it seems pretty obvious. Whether Aoa has actually got that as a goal, or if she is just literally just dicking about. But when I enjoy a bit of dicking about too, but not when it ruins people's lives, And yeah, Aoa, you're pretty bad. You bad girl. You bad girl. All right, moving swiftly on. We have Hanyu now. I actually do kind of like Hanyu, and Hanyu has an adult form, right? Which means the FBI doesn't have to come after me. That's always a plus, you know. Not getting FBI open up is pretty good. Hanyu's great. She's got the old like oh wah 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 thing going on, and I'm all about that, quite frankly. Why does she have horns and can't other people see her horns? Like, I know that's like a meme, but like, seriously though. Why can't people see her horns? Or do they just think it's like an elaborate hairpiece, you know? Who knows? I don't know. Kind of sucks that Hanyu, at least so far in Go Sots, has done very little. I mean, she's done practically anything. I know it's not like actual Hanyu in Go Sots. It's confusing. It's like a memory or something. I don't remember. But yeah, she doesn't really do much. Of course, I'm basing this on the original series as well, but it's just that Go Sots is more recent, so it's more fresh in the brain, I guess. Hanyu, I do like Hanyu. Hanyu's pretty good. I'm trying to think. I'm between an A and a B, but I definitely like her more than Cheese Sensei. I'm just taking a look ahead to see what we got. You know what, Hanyu? You can be an A. You're pretty good. Pretty much entirely from the original series, because she does bugger all in Go Sots, but that's fine, you know? It's all the same series. It's all good. Yeah, she's kind of got that, like, shy kind of thing going on, but then she, like, you know, she'll kill you, you know? She is like God after all. She will kill you if that is what it comes to. I think she's like an Umineko character as well. At least there's a theory about it. I'm not really sure. I wouldn't be surprised. This is like my own personal theory. Like if Hanyu and Aoa are like the same person, because like they each touched a horn, right? Rika and Satoko. So obviously the original being that they came from had two horns, I would assume. So maybe like what the broken horn made Hanyu, and then like the full horn made Aoa. Could be completely off. As I say, my lore knowledge is incredibly small, but that's just you know, maybe that's what's going on here. And then they'll fuse together at the end, and they'll make that Umineko girl. I don't remember her name. Featherine? I think it's Featherine. But I don't really have any idea. I might be just talking out my bum. There probably is a reason why that can't be true, but I don't know it, so until someone explains it, I'm going to assume it can be true. I like how this was a waifu tier list, but it just turned into me theorizing, and I didn't want to do that. But yeah, no, Hanyu is cute. I think that's what it boils down to. Hanyu equals cute, and I'm on board with that. And she has an adult form, so that's always a plus. I don't want to get in trouble on the internet, as is often the case. Anyway, moving on, we have Mion. You know, I'm kind of... Do I like Mion? I do like Mion. She's got the whole... She's like a tsundere without the tsundere, you know? She's like, not a sun, but she's like a hard ass, if that makes sense. But she's actually really dere. I think that makes sense. That's how I'm going to choose to explain it. Yeah, it's good. She's not a sun. She's, you know, she's got the cool... That's a good word. A cool demeanor to herself. But actually, she's just a real softie on the inside. And she cares a lot about Keiichi. You know, in Sots, she went a bit crazy. I mean, that was not her fault, but hey, shows she cares a lot. You know, she was all about protecting Keiichi, and you know, that's good. I like Mion. I know I was unsure a minute ago, but she's actually pretty cool. You know, she protect and you protect and she protect you. That's basically what Mion's about. Let's see. I guess looking around. Is she an S? She's pretty damn great, honestly. Like, I'm trying to think of a reason she can't be an S. And, there ain't a lot of reasons, I'm gonna be honest. There isn't a whole lot of reasons she can't be an S, you know? Maybe she is an S, you know? No, she's a total M. Oh my god, is that why they're Shion and Mion? Because they're an S and an M? Oh my god, is that what it is? Because thinking about it, they would totally be, like, Mion would be an M and Shion would be an S. Is that deliberate? It's probably not, and it's probably like a big old, you know, coincidence. But I think conspiracy theory time that's why they're called Shion and Mion. The mother knew. But no, Mion, I'm actually having a flipping hard time deciding where to put her. I'm between an S and an A, because she's pretty damn great. And like, she protect and you protect, and there's a lot, it's like group protect, right? But no, I'm going to put Mion in the S, the best of the best. Because she's pretty damn great. And she's hot. Don't at me. You know it's true. Okay, moving right along, words are hard to say. We have Reina. Now, I'm actually gonna, you know, maybe anger a few people here. I think Reina's a B. Like, I know she is quote-unquote the main one. I know she isn't really, but, you know, she is. From an outsider, you would think, oh, she's the one on all the art and everything. She's the main one, right? She's, like, the most important one, the love interest, if you will. And then, of course, you get deeper in and you realize Higurashi is nothing like what you thought it was. But regardless, Reina, I'm really not the biggest fan of her. Like, she's got her quirks, her, like, I'm gonna take, what is it? I'm gonna take it home. I don't know Japanese, but you know that thing. That's kind of annoying. And she repeats the kana. She's like kana. You know, I just kind of find her really annoying. You know, and she's terrifying. Like that's the thing is like, honestly, a lot of this list, like when I first saw the original series, I was like, okay, who's best girl is just whoever doesn't terrify the crap out of me at any point. And so Satoko was obviously best girl then because she doesn't do anything terrifying in the original series. Well, wouldn't it be a shame if that changed anytime quick? We'll get to that, though. But yeah, obviously, Reina is like the poster girl for the sort of... I mean, she's terrifying. Let's be real. When she does her terrifying, she's terrifying. She does her... Everyone knows the old Yosoda, which is a great scene and should be preserved in a museum for future things. But as a waifu, I don't know. Reina's like the best friend that never wins, in my opinion. That's like what she should be. I mean, maybe that's a bit harsh, but that's what I feel when if we break away Higurashi from what it is and we look at like the dynamics, she would be the best friend that doesn't win. At least that's what I think. Anyway, I could be wrong. I'm not the biggest fan of Reina. I think she's probably my least favorite member of the original cast as a character. As a waifu, there's one worse. We'll get to it. But yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Reina, if I'm being completely honest. She's maybe that's harsh. Maybe I know people really like Reina, but maybe it's a visual novel thing, because I've not read the visual novel yet. But we're talking anime only, I just got, she's terrifying, mostly. She's mostly terrifying, and she has some annoying quirks, so I guess B. But she's not outright bad, if that makes sense. She's not gonna, like, well, I was gonna say she wouldn't murder you, but yeah, she kind of did a few times, but that wasn't her fault. That was Satoko's fault. So, moving on. All right, now Rika. Rika is the blimmin' hardest one to pick, I think, because if you look at Rika on the surface, I would put her like a C or a D. Like I think she's pretty goddamn annoying. Like we look at surface level Rika, but then of course, obviously, Higurashi happens. It's like, oh no, Rika's actually like the main character and it's awesome. So it is pretty tough. Also, thank you for Ghost. The best thing Ghosts did, the best thing they did, flipping older versions of Rika and Satoko, so I can put them on a waifu tier list without feeling that bad. So that is good. Rika, where do I put Rika? Man, she is cool. Like Rika is like, she's been through hell. Like that's the most obvious thing here is Rika been through hell, been through a lot of hell indeed. Like similar to Reina, I thought like surface level Rika with her like nippas. I thought like, oh, you know, that won't get annoying real quick. It did. It got annoying quite quick if we're being legitimate about this. But then of course like okay, hot take. I don't know if this is a hot take. I think Rika kind of had it coming. What Satoko did to her, like maybe not to the extent that Satoko went to. But Rika was a crap friend. Like, if I was friends with Rika and, like, she acted like that at the school, I'd be like, bruh. Like, I literally didn't want to come here, but you convinced me to. And then you just abandoned me, like, to hang out with some posh twats. Like, what the hell, Rika? So, yeah, like, I almost forgot about that. Like, I like Rika personality-wise, but she did Satoko dirty, quite frankly. If I'm being completely honest with you. So I was going to put her in A, but like, honestly, she was such a bad friend. And like, I felt for Satoko. Like, I don't agree with restarting, you know, 100-year death loop, because your waifu, abandoned you, like, or your best friend, whatever, who knows. But, you know, Rika was kind of a crap friend. Like, I don't think, if you dispute that, like, the healthy solution would have been, Satoko reloops and is like, no, I'm not going to school. We'll keep in touch, but, you know, I got to do my own thing. That would have been the healthy solution. But then we wouldn't have had a series, so makes sense. Rika, though, you're going in B, Rika, just for being a crap friend. You were almost A, but, you know, you did Satoko dirty, basically. And now we have... What is your name? Rena? Rena? Is it Rena? She's like the one that's shagging Reina's dad. And yeah, like, she's bottom. She's bottom of the list. I know in Sots, she has like a change of heart and is going to be good now, but, you know, it's not enough, you know? It's not like... She was too bad in the original series, and I can understand completely why Reina felt the need to murder her. Like, you know, that's just... Well, it's not just... Murder is never justified, but Reina had a point, you know? She wasn't completely out of line. She had her worries, you know, I mean, her pretty much founded worries. Like, was she actually stealing the money? I can't remember. Oh no, he was wasting the money, right? That actually did happen. That wasn't the syndrome. Yeah, she's a pretty horrible person. Even if, you know, she had a change of heart in Sots, I don't think it redeems her enough to get her out of D. I don't have much to say about her. Compared to some of these others, she's a pretty minor character, except Chi-Sensei. Chi-Sensei is also a pretty minor character. But no, Rena, you know, pretty minor character. Don't have much to say. She was with Teppei at one point, and, you know, Teppei was a scumbag, but now he's like parent of the year. So I don't know what to say to that. It's bizarre, you know, seeing Teppei be parent of the year, but it is what it is, I suppose. Now, oh boy, this is going to be the hardest one. Moving on from Rena. Next is Satoko. Where the hell do you start with Satoko? Because Satoko, at first, as I said, she was my favorite in the original series because she doesn't do anything terrifying at any point, right? But then, of course, Gosots happened, and yeah, Satoko's pretty goddamn terrible. She's pretty evil. She does some messed up things. Some pretty goddamn messed up things. But then, again, this is big spoilers for episode 10, and you might not agree with the plot twist or whatever. There's two Satokos, because there's like human Satoko and witch Satoko. And I'm assuming, this hasn't been revealed yet, as I said, episode 10 was yesterday. I'm assuming witch Satoko is Lambda Delta, and then you have regular Satoko, who I assume will just be regular Satoko. In much the same way that I assume Rika will also split in two, and burn Castell and Umineko. If you haven't read Umineko, it's going to be confusing what the hell I'm talking about. And I've also not read Umineko, but I read up a little bit on Umineko. I haven't gone full spoilers, but I was like, okay. People keep talking, like during Go and everything, people are like, witches and Lambda Delta, and I'm like, what the hell do these words mean? So I had to look it up. But no. So there's basically Satoko kind of gets redeemed, but, you know, Lambda Delta or Witch Satoko, I don't know what the hell to call her, because she's not confirmed Lambda Delta yet, but it's probably going to be Lambda Delta. Witch Satoko, I guess, is still born from regular Satoko. So I think I'm going to have to put her in C, just because she's not completely terrible. She did realize the error of her ways. Even if it's kind of... I get why people have got a problem with it, because, you know, it's like, oh, she killed her friends thousands of times, or hundreds of times, right? But then, you know, she doesn't want to kill Teppei, the guy who, you know, abused her a lot over many time loops, which she's now seen, so I get it, but then, you know, I guess she realized, hey, I can have a decent life now, because he's good now, you know? It's not exactly like she's forgiven him, but it's more like, okay, well, this guy didn't do... Well, I mean, he did, but he didn't, you know what I mean? He's remorseful, and he went to such lengths to help her. Of course, that would affect you at least a little bit. But yeah, I think she's got to go C, because she did such bad stuff, you know? Like, I don't necessarily 100% agree with, you know, she's suddenly redeemed because, you know, she split in two. But I'm kind of hoping that they know that, and moving forward we'll have at least, you know, trying, like, it's not instant forgiveness. I hope she tries to make things right. Maybe she'll like proper die trying to stop Lambda Delta. Like, obviously this episode she got shot in the head by Witch Satoko. So who knows? I don't really know. Satoko, she got Kirby though when she was older, so I guess maybe I should give her at least to a B. Nah, I'm not going to do that. But yeah, Satoko, you could say this idea came because of Satoko, and I was like, how do I feel about you, Satoko? What am I supposed to feel now? You know, it's confusing. It is confusing. But I think C makes sense. Some people will say that she should be in the bottom, and some people should say she should be a lot higher. But I think I've explained my reasoning decently well enough. I'm not too good at it. Okay, moving right ahead. Shion's in the top tier because she's the best, right? Moving right on. Shion is the best. I'm not having any arguments. She's the right amount of teasing, and she's hot, and she's great, and I'm a big fan of Shion. Yes, she goes a bit insane, but, you know, it's Higurashi. Who doesn't go insane in this show? Chi-sensei. Chi-sensei's the only one. And I guess Hanyu. Although Hanyu goes a bit scary, too, when, you know, the end of the first series. But it's like a good kind of scary. Like a, you know. Anyway. Yeah, Shion. Love Shion. She's great. Do I think that maybe she shouldn't have, you know, gone on a murder spree? Yeah, but, you know, that's the syndrome. I feel like I gotta take the Hinamizawa syndrome out of the equation when I'm doing this. Otherwise, everyone would be between a C and a D, pretty much. So, yeah. Shion, I'm a big fan of Shion. I just think she's the best. You know, she's got... It's just her personality, you know? She's so, like... It's, like, flirty, but it's, like, playful, and it's good. I like it. It's, like... It is, like, the opposite of Mion. But, you know, when Shion gets got... There was, like, that one episode of Kira. I don't know if anyone's seen Higurashi Kira. It's pretty bleh overall. But there's, like, the love triangle episode, which is actually a love square, where they all fight over Keiichi. That was a good episode. I like that one. Like, as a... You know, not as a Higurashi, but as just it's the Higurashi characters doing fun times. That was one of the better ones. Like, I didn't like the Magical Girl one, and I didn't like the first one with all the fan service. That was kind of like, made me feel uncomfortable. But that one was good, the Love Square one, and then the fourth one with Hanyu was good. But that's my in-depth review of Higurashi Kira real quick. Shion's great. She looks great in the Angel Maul outfit. What else is there to say? She's good. I like her. She's not, you know, tied down to the village, so she you know, acts more like a normal person, because everyone who lives in the village is a little bit off. I feel like that's not a strange thing to say. And then Shion is from, you know, she's from the scummy school. That school sucks. What the hell's it called? Saint Lucia? Is that what it's called, or is that something else? That school sucks. Like, it's in Umineko as well, because, as I said, I've seen the anime. And yeah, you know, that person in that went through hell as well, just like Satoko did. It's almost like the school is for, you know, if you're not what's the word, pretentious asshole, then the school make your life hell, basically. So I don't know how Shion survived, unless she's really good at faking it, which, to be fair, she might be. She might be indeed. She might be indeed. But yeah, I like Shion. I think she's great. Moving on, finally, the final one. This will be a shorter tier list than the last few I've done, which is, hey, good. Means it takes less time to edit, right? Yeah. Up next is, finally, we have Takano, the villain of the original series. And honestly, like, I was trying to think where she should go, just while I was rambling about Shion. Because I'm like, I actually do like Takano. I think she's hot. And, you know, she wears a nurse's outfit. And that's always good. You know, that's prime Dojin material right there. But she's also kind of bad, but then she was used too, you know. I think she's a C. I think she's a similar case to Satoko, just not as extreme. Believe it or not, I think Satoko is way more extreme than Takano. Despite the fact Takano also, you know, killed the whole village a couple times, at least she had, like, a purpose that wasn't completely selfish, if that makes sense. It was still mostly selfish, but, you know, Satoko, I feel like with Takano, her goals kind of make sense, whereas Satoko, you know, there's a very easy way to resolve this, and because Satoko is stupid, that's not me being harsh or cruel, that's like, it's a plot point. Satoko's pretty goddamn dumb. Maybe dumb's the wrong word, but she doesn't like exerting effort where she doesn't want to, right? So she's choosing to see things her way. Whereas Takano's pretty smart, you know. She's a scientist, not a scientist. Is she a scientist? You know, she's a researcher, I guess. And I felt bad for her, you know. When you go through her backstory, I'm like, damn, those guys who are brutal to your grandfather, I think they're assholes. I like Takano well enough, but I think giving her above a C is pretty ridiculous, if I'm being completely honest. But, you know, maybe she'll properly start to redeem herself in whatever we got left of Sots. I don't think so. I think she's just mostly going to be a background character. She's played her role of, you know, essentially she's good now because of the loops. But, you know, like everyone is. I don't know. maybe... I'm thinking about raising her to a... No, we'll leave her as C. We'll leave her as C. We can't ever be up that high when I've put these other people down here. She's not as good as Rika and Reina, and Chi Sensei's just there. Chi Sensei's like the average one. She just spends so little time doing anything that she's like the middle ground, you know. She's just there. But anyway, I guess we'll go through them quick. We got in the S, the best of the best. I didn't even read out the titles, but you can read. You don't need me to do that. In the S, the best of the best, we have the Sonozaki twins, both Shion and Mion. Maybe I just have a thing for the green hair, who knows. In A, pretty darn great, we've got Hanyu because she's kawaii af. B, okay, we've got Chia Sensei, we've got Reina Ryugu, and we've got Miss Rika Furude. I started on my words there, it's fine. In C, the barely tolerable, aka the villains section, I guess, we have Satoko and Takano. I kind of feel, when I was making this list, no, I'll talk about it in a minute, hang on. And in D, not a chance, we have Ewa and Rina. As I was just about to say, when I was making this list, after episode 10, I was like, should I separate Satoko into, like, witch Satoko and, like, good Satoko? But then I was like, that's kind of cheating, right? That's absolutely kind of cheating, because regular Satoko would be at least in a B, probably an A. And then witch Satoko would be at the bottom. So it's like, that's kind of cheating, you know? That is kind of, they are technically the same character, you know? It's just an offshoot of the same point. I don't know. What do you think? Should I have included Satoko twice? You know, for good Satoko and evil Satoko. Do you agree with my list? Of course you don't. You're going to be like, how dare you put Reina so low? I hate you. Which is fair enough. I understand that point of view. Thanks, though. Give us a subscribe. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. I will put a link in the description, as I always do, to this tier Make Your Thing, so you can make your own. And then you can, like, send it to me on Twitter, which I never use, so I should use it. If you send it to me, you're guaranteed to get a like from me, at least. So that's good. But anyway, yeah, thank you for watching this video. A bit quicker than some of the other tier lists, I think. I don't know, I haven't checked the actual recording time, but it should be shorter because there's less things to put in. But thank you for watching. Subscribe for more tier lists and stuff. Leave a comment saying, hey, you should do this series waifus next. I want to see you talk about that. And I'll be like, okay, understandable. I'll think about it. But yeah, thanks for watching. Take care. And bye, guys.